And to the aviation sector, Nigeria's national airline carrier is still on course to be delivered by 2022. This assurance was given by the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Srika, at the presidential ministerial briefing in Abuja. Modu reports.
A lot of strides have been made in the aviation sector in 6 years of the Buhari presidency. The aviation minister insists that a lot has been spent on the installation of critical equipment, many not immediately visible, which has gone a long way in making flying safer within the nation's borders. This has contributed to making aviation the second fastest growing sector in the economy.
Aviation grew to become the second fastest growing sector of the economy in 2018 from Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. And in 2019, we became the fastest growing sector of the economy. The passenger numbers were driven from 8 million to 18 million in those 5 years. So the more you fly, the more the availability of those airlines to give the service, the cheaper the tickets become.
Visible are the renovation of the country's major airports, with a focus now on delivering a world-class facility at the Murtala Muhammed International Airport, Lagos. And yet with these major achievements, there are many other issues to tackle and many others to clarify. Mr. Srika takes his time wading through them, and obviously the much vaunted national carrier becomes a topic of discourse. The aviation minister insists that in spite of delays caused by COVID-19, it is still on course to kick off by 2022.
To gain visibility, we want to launch the airline there. Not to launch to start, but to announce they were commencing the airline, to show the logo, to discuss the business plan, to tap the opportunity, to relate with those who are going to finance and fund it, to ginger and kickstart and whet the appetite of would-be investors. That was what took us to London. So we are on our way. Timeline, I did say before now, we will have this airline in 2022 by the grace of God, and we will start with the domestic and escalate into international.
The aviation minister acknowledges that airlines have been allowed to get away with delay and cancellation of flights without compensating the passengers, and promises there will be changes.
When I came in 2015, I asked them to create an aero care unit. You put maybe an orange or bright green shirt or something so they know you're there, and you lay your complaint to that guy, and that guy will be a competent officer, and all management staff would at one point or another be an aero care staff. So the passengers can complain and their rights will be followed. We have displayed in airports, if you see them, because you don't bother to, sometimes people don't bother to read, but they're there, your rights are there displayed, and you can demand for those rights. I will read some of them.
All in all, Mr. Srika believes that with the amount of funds injected into the sector and the master plans being pursued, the aviation sector is poised to be a major revenue earner in years to come. Modu, TVC News.